Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, all those that are invisible are filled with Brahman. All those that are visible are also fully permeated by Brahman. The whole universe has come out of the whole Brahman. Brahman is still full, although the whole universe has come out of it. Om, peace, peace, peace. So we are reading chapter 4, and we have read verse number 5 and 6, but 6 we touched only. We will discuss more today. So here, what we are understanding that that supreme reality is everything. We see the world in name and form, but it is all permeated by that one consciousness. That's why we read these beautiful verses. These are beautiful to chant. Verse number 1, 2, 3. This is say, Tade Vagni Tadaditya. That is the Aditya, the sun. That is the fire. That is the sun. That is the air. That is the moon. That is the starry firmament. That is the Brahman. That is the water. That is the Prajapati. That means it is looking everywhere, in the external, wherever your eyes go, you can see it is that. That is the only absolute truth, but expressed in such a way that everyone can start their spiritual practice by looking at the eyes open, seeing God everywhere. That idea has been given. Tad eva agni. When you see a fire, we normally think of the destructive nature of or useful purpose, the fire. But here is a spiritual eyesight. It is the consciousness itself, Satchidananda itself, in the form of Agni. That means a point will come, the touch of heat will give him the ecstatic experience. It will pull him up into the inner consciousness. So even the wind is touching your skin in hot summer. That itself will give you the idea. Immediately you'll feel, oh, it is a touch. I'm getting his touch. And it is a non-dual practice through duality. It's almost a beautiful practice. To every moment one can spiritualize his life. With the sun scorching rays of heat is coming, no? And then you feel that, oh, it is Lord touching me. Then a non-dual dual mixed, it is a qualified non-dualistic philosophy. But unconsciously it can be thought about making our life very in a high tone. When you live in the outside world, apparently you are like anyone, but your inner realm, you can enjoy this blissful touch of the divine in everywhere. The air, the sun, the fire, the Agni, Tadeva Agni, fire, that is the sun, that is the air, the beauty of the moon. Feel the beauty of the moon, and that will lift the mind into consciousness. It is that consciousness. It is that Satchidananda self. So what a beautiful idea. And then because the Upanishadic rishis they used to live in the nature, and when they are very much familiar with this type of things, the sun, moon, mostly so much with the wind, the air, fire, and the bonfire, in early days also. Even now you go. I first saw when I went to, first time I went to Mayavati side, and I went into entering into the Mayavati zone. There is a fire nearby there, huge fire. But they're not scared because there is no blast of wind so much. That is the problematic thing. Otherwise, fire is no one cares because, and they have no means to stop the fire. It is burning, and it's going on. and it will wipe out sometime after the engulfing hundreds and hundreds of acres of land and other things. Anyhow, so they used to see in that fire how to deify. It is called deification. Spirituality is deification. How you can deify everything into God consciousness. So this is a good practice. Tadeva Shukram, that is what is lighted in the firmament of the sky, that star, all the stars you see. That is Shukram is Subra, means white, bright. So whatever that looking at the infinite sky. So you can spend looking at the sky, it is a star, but your consciousness should be connected with it. That absolute reality in the form of that light, starry sky. Tadeva Shukram Tad Brahma. And that is the Brahman. Brahman here means not absolute Brahman. It is the Hiranyagarbha. One step down. This is the created universe, creator. That is the creator. And seeing there the absolute consciousness, as you glimpse of that, you cannot think of consciousness. How can you, so long you are in the mind, you cannot think of consciousness. If you go beyond mind, then you actually have really perfected in thinking. But thinking means two. So this is a practice of non-dual through the duality, but not like a duality people will live in. We always look at the world as a material world. And spirituality is something in meditation. How much we talk, we cannot link these two gaps. But Swami Vivekananda wanted to do it in this age, to link that. Only through every action, through interaction, it is all the divine. You have seen, Swamiji said in Inspired Talks, you have not seen anything but God in your whole life. I have never seen anything but God. But we are only misinterpreting the name God instead of saying only we're entangled in the name and form, which are all separates us. And then he says, Tang Stri, Tang Pumanasi. What a beautiful verse. Look at every woman, and your internal awareness will click into that consciousness of the divine Satchidananda. You. Yeah, you may be Saguna. Of course, you, when you say you, it must be Saguna. Because I am there, that's why you are there. So that is a beautiful way of thinking. Looking at any woman, that this is he, Tangsti Tang Pumanasi. So look at any man. It is he, yeah? It is she, it is he, everything is that reality. Then Kumaro, a boy, or a girl, or an old man, and then every is tottering on the sticks. And Tangjatu Bhavasi, and newborn babies to see. That means human cycle from birth to old age and death. Whenever you see it, you are seeing God. You are interacting with God. You don't know. That's why came the idea Shiva Gyana Jiva Shiva. It is you are Shiva. You are seeing the Shiva. You are worshipping. They are not Shiva, but you are worshipping Jiva. And that's why now it says Shiva Gyane Jiva Shiva. Your Shiva will remain the same. But only Shiva Gyane is a part of one which is all spiritual. That will be practice. Jnana. That's why we have to bring that awareness. Oh, it is not, I'm seeing the form, but it is made of gold. And that gold is there in all, behind all ornaments, all forms, all names. Niro patango haritolo hitaksho Toridruma ritavo samudra Anadimattang vibhuttena vartase jato jatasi bhuvanani vishwa. We read that. You are the dark blue butterfly. When there is a Santa Barbara, if you go, there is one place. There's hundreds and thousands of. That's a butterfly. All the butterflies are there. Why? That's a special place. All maybe hundreds and thousands and thousands. So the dark blue butterfly, very beautiful butterfly. And you have like the green parrots with the red eyes, because in the forest they see all the time those parrots and green parrots, etc. Thou art the thunder cloud. That means the cloud when lightning comes, you see that type of cloud. They give me poetic expression, understanding that whatever you see beautiful, whatever you see extraordinary, you feel that it is that beauty and that joy, that presence is being. And the seasons and the ocean, you see uh, of the nature. That means whatever we sit, we live, we see, it is all around that. That is the reality. Thou art without beginning, and beyond all time and space. You are He from whom all the world are born. So you are seeing that same reality in the Vishwarup Darshan, the external form of the material existence in which we live, from the nature, moving and non-moving, the human, subhuman, to nature, what is called sun, moon, ocean, water. So whether it is moving or non-moving, and whether it is human with all distinctions they have given, these are glimpses. The rishis have been kind enough to teach us how they see. They used to see this. But we have to practice and tune our mind so that my mind can reflect on those things. It's there. In the Bhagavad Gita says, Jad achariti sreshta, tatta deva itaro jana. Sajat pramanan krute lokas tat anuvartate. Lokaha tat anuvartate. People follow that. As the great people, great seers of truth, they see, they feel, the path they lead. They realize Ramakrishna moved and talked that way. That becomes an inspiration for others how to live the life. That practice, it will be like Master Mosai. Master Mosai came to Sri Ramakrishna and seeing Ramakrishna and living with Ramakrishna. His every gesture, posture, everything, it becomes automatic. You imitate. Whom you love more, you do not know, unconsciously you become a replica of that. Because identity comes, very mental level identity comes, emotional level identity. Holy Mother, that's why Ramakrishna is to, Holy Mother, when Ramakrishna is to go in spiritual mood, sometimes she used to take some pan and biting a little bit and then throw away the little tip, and then take the pan. That is the style. Holy Mother is to also go to Samadhi or coming down of the Samadhi and sometimes pan, biting a little bit, and the entire pan is folded pan, and the tip is there, triangle tip. She used to bite a little and throw like that of Ramakrishna. He didn't imitate. But he did it, she did it when she thought more of Ramakrishna. The Ramakrishna consciousness entered into her. She become one, and all the habits, behavior, mind condition becomes, it resonates the same way. So that is the purpose of them. So the sages used to see it this way. And then next verse he says that there is the single female of red, white, and black colors, who is unoriginated and who produces numerous offsprings resembling herself. Here it means Prakriti. Female entity means the Prakriti, Purusha. In touch with the Purusha, the Prakriti comes, and the Prakriti made of three gunas. So the red, white, and black colors in their form, and from that originated everything in this visible universe is made of the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. And by her side lie one unborn male out of attachment for her, while another male is also unoriginated, forsake her after having enjoyed her. That means the Prakriti, Purushastoi, Purusha Prakristoi, Munjate Prakritijan Gunan, Bhagavad Gita. Purusha, that consciousness, being identified in the lower level, through the Prakriti three gunas, enjoy the created universe, and get ultimately after enjoying, then he goes back to his own home. That is the own consciousness. So this being born, the three gunas, out of three gunas, the whole universe is created by that, and that, enjoying that, and then go back to their own abode after experiencing the world. So it is only for the enjoyment of the Purusha, enjoyment through the Prakriti. That means the three gunas. Now we have read the verse 5 and now 6. Yesterday, last time we read it. Dwa Suparna Sajuja Sakha. Acha, you chant with me. Dwa Suparna Sajuja Sakhaya Samanam Briksham Parishasya Jate Tayoranna Pippalam Sadhuatti Anasnananno Avichakasiti. It's a beautiful anomaly, a poetic, very poetic anomaly. The Dwa Suparna. Suparna means bird. Suparna. Su means good. Parna means wings. Suparna. Dwa Suparna. There are two birds. Dwa. Samanam Briksham. Briksham is the tree. Samanam is the same one. One tree, two birds, Dwa Suparna. Sajuja. Sajuja means they're friend. They never get separated. Jivatman, Paramatman never get separated. This is the reflection of the upper bird. So they inseparable. They cannot be separated any time. Sakhaya, they're friends. All through friends. As a friend does not leave his friend, so Jivatma never leaves Paramatma. But they're separated. So that's the point. Sajuja Sakhaya Samanam Briksham. The same Briksham in tree, Parishasya Jate. That means they are residing on that same tree. The two birds, their friend eternal, and their friendship is eternal. They all live in the same tree. But their characteristic is different. Tayo, Anya, one, Anna, other, one of them, other. Tayo, Anna. Pippalam Sadhuvatti. Pippalam means their fruits, pipal fruit. And sadhu means which is tasteworthy. So relish eating this and that. Seeing this, how it is beautiful. Touching it, how it is nice. Tasting his tongue, seeing something, hearing something. The five senses, it goes on testing. All these diverse types of Prakriti, what has made this, no? Sadhuvatti. And another, the upper bird, Annaha, the other bird, Anasnan, he does not find any interest in testing anything because he is saturated within himself. So, Abhichakasiti, he only looks the whole universe with eye of equanimity. So see that this beautiful idea, in the same tree, imagine two birds, one the upper bird, another lower bird. And they are not separate, two though, but they're eternal friend, eternal. They are all connected all the time. They never get separated. You, me, never get separated from our higher identity. We may forget that, but there is no disconnection. So these two are connected, but characteristic is lower bird, with the ignorance, wants this universe to enjoy with all five senses, and goes on eating and occasionally looks at the upper bird and see the upper bird. It does not do anything. It just sits there and fully satisfied within and on looking everything, calm and serene. So upper bird is the Paramatman, lower bird is the Jivatman. And when the lower bird eats this food, that food, that food, sometimes happy, I like this food. Sometimes unhappy, I dislike it. And then say, oh my God, get some knocks and blows of the world. That is, hey, why did I come from? Look at the upper bird. And there's a bird. He does not cry, he does not weep. He's all the time happy. He's saturated with joy within himself. Then he jumps up one step to the upper bird. But again, forget. Another type of happiness comes. Another type of toy comes in life. They jump another. And then they try to enjoy that level of all things. Physical level, mental level, emotional level, intellectual level. People have joy at different levels. No? They go and they get bitter experience of, oh, it is not giving me joy. There is suffering. There is mane chuti vayam. If you have prestige, there is always a risk that someone will be more prestigious. And then you will feel the sadness. No? So there is all boy, fear to lose, fear to lose, fear to lose. Vairagyamevo abhayam. Then say, I don't care for. Then he moves up to the Paramatma. Another step. So this is the example. Two birds, they are superna, means beautiful, with their beautiful plumage, who are inseparable friends, reside on the self-same tree. One eats the fruits of the tree with relish. And fruits with relish, with thinking that I will get joy, they eat the fruit. But after eating, they think that I didn't want it. I wanted eternal joy, not this joy. That sense comes in the mind. So then the other looks on, looking at the other side, other bird. He has no interest for this world anymore. He has finished all experience. That is the Paramatma. So Jivatma and Paramatma, that is the connection here. The notes of the Swami, what we call Sarva Tyagishananda, says that the two birds referred to in this highly poetic passage are the individual soul Jiva and the Supreme Self Paramatma. Jivatman, Paramatma. Jivatman, we are Jivatman, and he is Paramatma. Parama means supreme. They are said to be inseparable friends. Because as the Advaitins would interpret the passage, the Jiva is only an image of the Paramatman thrown upon the mind. There is no other existence. A bird flies, no? You see the shadow. The shadow is always there. Either it is falling on the ground when it is low level, upper level, there is also shadow. But there is no ground to hold it, that's why you don't see it. But there is a shadow. So lower, I am not separate from you, I am a shadow of that. Ramakrishna said, Holy Mother said, Chaya, Kaya, Ak. Chaya is the image, shadow of what? Of that. They are not too different. Because when you remember the Chaya, the reflection, you can remember the Lord Himself. So they are same. That's why we meditate. We meditate on Ramakrishna as a photograph. It is not a photograph. When we meditate on that, it is Chaya. And then it goes to Kaya. In the Chandi. Ya Devi Sarvabhutesu Chaya Rupena Sangastita Namastasai. Namo Namo. The Chaya Rupe. Because these are all reflections, all are the reflections of that same reality. So, thinking of that, Chaya has no existence without the Kaya, means the real bird, no? And they are inseparable. Chaya always there. When there is a Kaya, there is a Chaya. So, Advaita Vedanta says that they are said to be inseparable friends because Jiva is non-existent. It is only an image of the Paramatma thrown upon the mind. It is the mind is there, and the lake of the mind, the reflection falls. Therefore, you see their image. But is there any reality of the image? No. But you can see the image reflected, but reflected in the mind. So that reflection is of the object which is there standing. Paramatman is the reality, its reflection is the Jivatman. And Jivatman can stay in different flights of their progress in life, in experience. Experience. You read one experience, then you go for another experience. Those who are travelers, they travel one country, and after that finishing, next chance comes another country. That is, one is done, I go for another. And go on experiencing. Then one time people get, oh, I am tired of traveling the whole world. I am no more interested in it. Then comes your renunciation. Then means detachment comes. And when detachment comes, you become the upper bird. Upper bird has no desire. He only he's the onlooker. And he is there in his own status, majestic status. That is the Paramatma. And hence both these are inseparable as the sun's image is from the sun. Or if we take into the dualistic sense, the absolute non-dualistic sense, it is the image. Okay? And has no image, has no reality. Sun is the reality. If we take it in the dualistic sense, because of the relationship of the love existing between God and the soul, and the dependence of the latter on the former are eternal. Why the friendship is eternal? Because if you take dualistic sense, Bhakta and Bhagavan. So long Bhagavan is there because of Bhakta. If there is no Bhakta, where is Bhagavan? It's meaningless. So God is there because of the devotees. If the devotees are there, what is there is no child, what is the mother? When there is a child, there is a mother. So if the devotees are there, then we can call God. And God is not there if devotees are not there. So their relationship is eternal. That's the relationship with God. Paramatman is. You can explain it from dualistic standpoint also. That upper world, lower world, they are not two. They are eternal and friend. How friend? In absolute Vedanta, they will say reflection is mere imagination. Only reality is there. So it is eternal. And dualistic sense, it is two. I am separate, my beloved Lord is separate. But He is Lord because I am here. If there is no son, where is the mother? If there is no building, who is the owner of the building? It cannot be. So there must be two are identical, infinitely connected together. That's why they are dependent with each other. We take it dualistic sense because the relationship of love that exists between God and the soul and the dependence of the soul with the Lord are also eternal. The tree is the body, the point of resemblance between the two beings being their perishableness. The tree is parallelly example. Tree is perishable, body is also perishable. So if there is only one, there is no question of any tree. So the tree is the body, the point of resemblance between the two beings, their perishableness. The soul and God are both said to reside in the same body. In our body, Satchidananda consciousness and Jiva consciousness both are there. Because Jiva consciousness might have the Paramatma behind. I, this relative I, depends on the cosmic I. So therefore, it is that relationship is joined together, residing in the same body. The soul and God are both said to reside in the same body. Because in respect of the soul, the body has to be conceived as the locus. And in respect of God, even though he is transcendent, he being also immanent in all images, he is realized by an embodied being through the means of the body. Therefore, the body is necessary to understand, and in the body we meditate the Paramatman, we say, Oh Lord, guide my buddhi towards that. And in a Gayatri mantra, we say, that means this body is to be taken with a tree, parallel example of the tree. The fruits of the tree are the results of one's karma, because the bird is eating the fruits, lower bird. What are the fruits? Fruits are the results of one's karma. You did some good karma, you get some joy. You did some bad karma, it's a punishable nature. We call go to hell or suffer, suffering also. So it is the past actions, karma, one's karma, or past actions which are performed with the help of the body. Through the body only we create good action, bad action. And as we do good action, we get the good result. You do some bad things, you reap the bad result. Out of attachment, the individual soul clings to these fruits of action. That is the point. We are suffering not because of the fruits, but we are attached to the fruits. You do some karma, that is not the bondage. After doing that karma, mentally think, I will have this result. And if that result happens, first of all, you may be happy. If it does not happen, unhappy. Even you are happy, after some time you will see that that result, which was the cause of happiness, becoming a cause of suffering. And it suffers the consequences, good as well as bad, the successive embodiments in this life or in another life. Many people in this life, you see, they do so much, see, torturing people, killing people. How when you open the newspaper, full of all this murdering people. What type of thing? Where will you go? Their karma. Well, maybe in this life or in the other life, it will effect will come, good as well as bad, in successive embodiments. But the Lord, its companion bird on the tree of this body, remains non-attached to actions and their fruits, being the mere witness of this cosmic play. I drashta. When one, this Paramatman is a drashta. The upper bird, he does not do anything, he does not taste anything, he does not reject anything, he does not crave for anything. He only is there, and he is like a witness, observing. So the when jiva becomes an observer, whatever is happening is not me, it is the body mind is functioning. So when he becomes raise himself to the, I don't attach to the results of karma. You live a life. Your everyday life will bring some effect. You are doing some karma. You're thinking, good thought, bad thought. You are doing karma. Good thought will bring good effect. Bad thought will bring bad effect. Undoubtedly, it will bring. Now you may escape. You say, I thought what is there in. No, you will have to repay it at some point of time. It will come to your mind. So that's why it is inseparable. But the witness, if you say, the body, I am not the body. I have no attachment to anything to hold on excepting my own real nature. So if that idea comes, then he becomes witness, the Paramatman, the upper bird. That's why a companion bird on the other tree of this body remains non-attached to actions and their fruits, being the mere witness of cosmic play. If in place of this devotional interpretation we prefer a philosophic sense, for this last line, we may say that behind the superficial personality of man, which gets identified with the various thoughts, feelings, and actions, that there are incidental to life, there is a deeper level of being in him which remains unruffled and detached, with which unfortunately he is not in the conscious touch owing to his ongoing outward tendencies. But in spite of this forgetfulness, it is nonetheless present there, and spiritual life is largely the establishment of this broken off connection with God. So it is spiritual life is nothing but connecting that link. It is here. In me, witness consciousness is still now here, is it not? I'm seeing you. How can I see? Unless the witness consciousness is behind. At the same time, I don't think I'm witness consciousness. I think that I'm the body mind complex, jiva. And as a jiva, I'm doing some work. And as I'm doing some work, I like something, I dislike something, I choose something, I taste something bitter, sometimes sweet. And then we go to the bitterness and say, why Lord creates this? And when we are in happiness, I forget God. I'm very happy. That's all. So this is the dual play going on all the time. But one day comes, this mind resents with that, and then it looks inside. No, that is the and that consciousness is here all the time. He's my friend. With his power and all this action is going on. Only knowing, that knowing is called God realization. That knowing is called uniting the Jivatman with Paramatman. Jivatman focusing in the outside world, only trying to enjoy its good and bad, and holds on to those good and bad, clings on to them, and that's why he is bound. When this bondage is free, he goes back to his own self, which is witness. All the time he is witnessing in us. That's why you remember, your memory works. You say, I did that, good, bad. And now many people, even their horrible experiences, when they recall from the past, they smile. How? No? Sometimes people, when they go for their old memories, the bad memories maybe, eh, stupid memories, but still they enjoy themselves because he's going to the witness consciousness that time because it's a past story. So that story, when you were involved, you were attached to the fruits of it. Anger, frustration, all these emotional thing happened. Now that's a past story you are remembering, recalling. You are only witnessing that old story. So you are detached. So if one can look at the whole world like the detached outlook, then his Jivatma becomes Paramatma. And Paramatma is all the time. That's why it is eternal friend. Dwa Suparna Sajuja Sakhaya. Eh? Suparna Sajuja and Sakhaya. Sakha is the Bandhu, not Shakha. Shakha will be the branches. Sakha is the friend. So Sakha, Arjuna is a friend of Krishna. Say Sakha. They are inseparable. They are all the time, Jivatma, Paramatma, all the time. So, in spite of this forgetfulness, it is nonetheless present there, and spiritual life is largely the establishment of the broken off connection with it. So, you got it. He brought two philosophies side by side. Non-dual philosophy as the dualistic way of explaining. In devotional term, we may say as Ramakrishna, and I am the reflection. And whatever I do, I offer it to him. Meaning you are becoming detached. It's a dualistic way. And Vedanta, it is all mere imagination. Nothing has happened. Your jivahood is a misconception. But you are Shiva all the time. So that, go in any way you like, but this imagination is good. In the same body, this is the tree, you think that this is the tree, and there is a higher consciousness. That's why chakras are there. And this the lower consciousness is the jiva. Jiva improves his quality from one chakra to other chakra, no? He's improving his own consciousness into higher and higher. And less involvement into the result going on in lower chakras more for going for the world and worldly things. And then when it rises in another chakra, its horizon changes. And there is attachment, there is a grip. But then also go to another level. like that it detaches and attaches, detaches and attaches. The same bird hopping up and up and up and up from lower experiences to higher experience and goes. And when all these experiences are over, it is here, then it hops up. And the Saptam Chakra, seventh chakra. So he realized that. And there is Jivatma Paramatma Oika, oneness of the Jivatman and Paramatma.
But Martin, if we think it this way, then it's better to meditate on the crown of the head.
No, it's not hard. And that is a realistic point. If you are not equipped to think in that way, so when you ultimate truth is that you should keep in your mind that you have to climb the top of the mountain. But you have to pay attention where your foot is there. If you look too much on that side and don't pay attention to your foot, you'll roll down. So that's the point of rolling down, not progress. Better you be where you are, one step at a time. See, what's the next step? What is the next step? There's the next step, no? All problem is, and that's why it is very important that sadhana should be step by step and as instructed by the teacher, because jumping into the high level, you are thinking good, but in reality it is not. All the hikers, what they do? They only look at the tip point and run like, Then where he will fall down, where he will scratch his leg, hand, and his progress will stop at all. No progress. That's why many people fall into that problem of Kundalini, Jagaran, etc. It's not good. It should be in time with major practice. So that step by step, and you're stable, you know where your foot is. And next step, you know where you're putting the next step. And that is the way of spiritual progress. Uh, there are two birds closely related and very much alike, which are on the same tree. They are in fact the individual self and the cosmic self occupying same body. One of them eats ripe fruits, that is to say, the individual self bears the fruits of its own action, good and bad. The other, however, refrains from eating any fruits. It only watches as a spectator, meaning that is the cosmic self does not nothing. It is only a witness. Two birds are sitting on the same tree. What is this tree? The body is this tree. On the birds, one of the bird is the individual self and the other is the cosmic self. It appears a world of shadow. It appears that there are two birds, but in reality there is only one. The individual self is that which identifies itself with the body, and the cosmic self is that which is beyond the body. So two self, lower self identifies with the body and the senses. Then the upper bird is the Brahman or cosmic self. It is everywhere and in everything, and it is all embracing. Now, this individual self is also the cosmic self. They are not separate from each other. Tupachinda says, Sajuja, closely related to each other. That is, they are always together. They are inseparable. One cannot stay without the other. It is the same self, capital, that sometimes appears as the individual self and sometimes appear as the cosmic self. Sri Ramakrishna used to refer to them as the Kachami and Pakami, the unripe eye and the ripe eye. One of the birds eats the fruits on the tree, some of which are sweet and others are bitter. That is to say, the individual self who has identified himself with the body becomes involved in various kinds of activities in the world, some good, some bad. Thus, The individual self enjoys and suffers according to accordingly. So good karma, bad karma. It brings good and bad results, and people enjoy or suffer. It is their individual experience. He is so attached to the body that he feels whatever happens to the body happens to him, as we are. Anything happens to the body, actually we say, I am suffering. Anything happening to the mind, I am suffering. But I am suffering, I do not suffer. Only misconception, I connected with the body mind is suffering. Now the other bird just sits there without eating anything. He is detached, we witness. Shankara says he is the Parameshwara, the cosmic self. He is the Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Sabhava. That is, he is by nature eternal, pure, awakened, and free. The Supreme Self here is always pure, untouched by anything. All the Hindu scriptures say the same thing. Be detached. You have to be in this world. You cannot run away from it, but you must practice detachment. So, really, so all the spiritual texts are teaching us what? Detach from the world, no? Christ says, ye come, first seek ye God and his kingdom. Naki?
And these two shall be.
And then the first, that is the point, that how can you seek God unless you are detached to thee? You are not to run away, but detachment is a mental process. How to do Vivekananda describes it. Detachment is a state where there is intense rest in the midst of intense activity. That's a new definition. What is detachment? Detachment means I don't care. Some work is going on, I'm detached. I don't look at that. I go to my own thing. No. Intense activity with intense mental peace. Body mind is performing and it can do the tremendous work without any resistance, but there is no expectation, there is nothing, only for work's sake. So that's a beautiful intense rest in the midst of intense activity. That is it's not tamas. It is not sleeping. It is not avoiding. It is not getting out of uh, grip, but it is holding them everything, doing tremendous activity at the same time, tremendous detachment. That means it is not me. I offer it to God. Devotee will say, or it is body mind is functioning. Why I am getting attached? I am the witness of this. Take Vedanta, take Bhakti, whatever you like. You may be very active, but you are always calm. You have complete control of yourself. The whole secret of it is in having the consciousness that you are only an instrument. In the devotional language, if you say, this body mind, oh Lord, I am your instrument. If you do the instrument, then you can do tremendous work. That being it is a very deep subject. To be an instrument in the hand of God is a lifelong struggle. Lifelong struggle. I come so much in the front. My likes, my dislikes, my choice, my hatred, my all these things so much come in the middle that it destroys our own peace. So if one can be totally reluctant about all those things, then then he will be. Whole secret is to having the consciousness that you are only an instrument in the hand of God. Or you say guna guneshu vartata. These three gunas working to the body, mind, and our senses, they are acting on the gunas. Gunas acting with the gunas. Rajoguna, one Rajoguna person is fighting with another Tamoguna person. There is a guna fighting with the guna. You say, I am nothing. My gunas and his gunas, they are fighting with each other. Every interaction is the gunas. Beyond Trigunatita is the me. I have no connection with it. It appears to be fighting, but it is I am enjoying the prakriti. Yeah, prakriti, this plant. The whole secret of it is having the consciousness that you are only an instrument in there. And you are not the doer. God or the self is the doer. Sri Krishna says, Gita 3:27, Ahankara vimuratma kastaham iti mannate. Ahankar being bewildered by ahankara ego, thinking that I am the doer. Ahankara vimura buddhi, vimura atma, that buddhi is vimura. Mura means dull, callous. His mind has become dull and callous and thinking that aham, ahankara vimuratma karta, I am the doer. But it's, I am doing nothing, I am the Atman, I cannot do anything. It is the senses are working. And Vedanta. And Bhakti, this Saranagato, I am the surrender. Oh Lord, it is you. You make me an instrument. I am an instrument in your hand. So the instrument has no language of its. No, the car does not take the credit anytime. But car works day and night, is it not? See how can we detest? No, car does not care whether the you are speeding or you are hitting someone or you are having a good journey. A car only you press the speed, then it will go higher. You reduce it, it will stop down. Put the right signal, it will go the right. And left and it will go the left. It has no ego. It is surrender, totally surrender in the hand of the buddhi driver. So if one can be driver in the hand of driver like that, whatever you say, it does that. There no karma accrues to the car. It accrues to the person who is driving, who feels my car. So this is the problem that actually I have no connection. This is the body mind is functioning. But how does the self performs action? The self makes things happen by merely being present. Being present, he works. Normally, we need, you may say, how can I act if I have no ego? You say that I have no ego, how can I work? Best example is the sun. Sun does not have an ego and dictate, hey, I am the king of the world, I am coming, you do this, you do that. Sun comes in his own way, he is present. Sun is present in the sky. See, our whole life, whole day, 24 hours is controlled. Who is controlling? The sun is controlling. That we call clock. Morning, evening, noontime, afternoon. Oh, I have to go to temple. Oh, I have to go to take a shower. I have to eat. Everything is dictated by he does not do anything. He is there. So similarly, eternal consciousness is there. He need not have to do anything. Everything is done by Prakriti. Being detached almost also means not caring for the results of your actions. You may ask, should I not hope that whatever I do, I will do well? Yes, you should try to do your best, but then you do not know what will happen. In spite of your best efforts, you may find that something has gone wrong, something you never expected. So detachment is necessary. Your attitude should be, I will work, but I know the consequences are not in my hands. I cannot control the results. The means are the important things, not the end. So concentrate on your means. No? Once you settle the end and then pay attention to the means. Forget about the end. Uh, so this is a very great lesson. Must have an aim in life. Every day we may make a schedule that I will do this. That much. But now engage in your action. Don't think about result. How much concentrated you are, so much closeness to your end will come. Swami Vivekananda used to say, let us perfect the means. The end will take care of itself. They say that when you have that feeling of detachment, of merely being the witness, you can work much better. The person who is attached to the results will always be worried and excited. But if you are detached, your mind will work much better and be more concentrated, and you will get the best possible result. Detachment comes when you understand that this world is merely a world of shadow, as it were, like a dream. If you know this world is only like a dream, that it is unreal and will not last, you will automatically be detached. Okay, so next verse will be the seventh verse. Next verse says only just the idea. The Samana Vrikshe Purusho Nimagna, the individual self and the cosmic self occupy the same body, tree. Anishaya Suchuti Munchumano, steeped in ignorance, the individual self thinks it is the body, and as a result, it feels helpless against adverse circumstances and is unhappy. The same individual self, however, can create favorable circumstances by spiritual practices. Jushtang yada pashyanti atmani anisham pasya mahimanam iti bitasoka. When one does so, the same individual self, when can create favorable circumstances by spiritual practices, can then see itself as the cosmic self, free from all attributes. When it does so, it realizes its own majestic identity and overcomes all sorrow. So when he understands who are his real nature, then he will be established in his own self. That Ramakrishna gave the beautiful example about how the lower bird moving towards the upper bird and then become merged into the upper self. Okay, so what we get today in a nutshell, what we wanted to understand by this verse number 6, this is the two self. One is the lower self, it's called Jiva, and another the higher self is called Paramatman, Jivatman. Those all is here now. Samana Brikshe. This body, in this body, which may be compared like a tree. As in the tree, birds sit in the upper and lower branches. So here, in this same body, higher and lower, Jiva and Shiva are all here. And they are prayed, they are never disconnected. This reflection, his reflection in the mind. So he is all the time there. But when he reflected, the reflected consciousness identifies with the objects of the senses. And sadhu, pippalam, atti, sweet fruits of this world by their action. I did something good. Good comes, people praise, clapping. I am very high. People will say, hey, what he talked today. Then I go, my God. So sadhu and people, sour and sweet fruits come, but jiva gets attached to them. And as a result, he undergoes all this suffering. And then, after that experience, this is the experience in the Upanishad. And Swami Ramakrishna says that this lower bird is hopping towards the upper bird. Is it? Very practical. By the transformation and experience of the lower level of experience, I'm done with this. The children, when they are given our old days some toys, you give some baby bear uh, or something like that, and then they think that they are real. They keep it, hold it, then feed them. He has his temperature, he has got heat, he have to lie down, he should sleep, he should wake up. All these toys, but so serious for the child, no? We may laugh, but we did the same thing. But that developed into another toy, another toy goes on life like that. So when it moves on that, but don't get attached. When it gets attached, then it's jiva. And when it's going detached and moving up, Ramakrishna said it's going up, 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 up. And when it comes to the very close, then they open, that's the extra, what is not here. And Ramakrishna said, the upper bird opens his mouth, and the lower bird, boom, no lower bird. Such a beautiful way of expressing the absolute, how duality merges into absolute. Concrete examples is Sri Ramakrishna's uniqueness about this mantra. So, in this way, one will be able to cross the sufferings and of life, coming and going of life. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Tomorrow, Swami Medhananda will be giving the gospel class, 7:30. Question: during Hamsa meditation, is there any visualization done? Hamsa, what do you do?
I-
Hamsa meditation.
She has in mind maybe Vijnana Bhairava, verse 24, inhaling, hum, exhaling, sa. Maybe.
That's he's talking about. Yes, there is visualization, no?
Visualize some
Yeah.
light.
So during Hamsa meditation, yes, there is visualization. But I don't do it, so I cannot say much. Uh, Experts can talk about that. Intellect, another question. Intellect knows about bliss, but mind not ready to leave world. Is not it that the moksha is a monoloy, mononasha? So mind opposes its own destruction and creates hurdles even for desireless person. No, desireless person does not hurdle. If you desire less, why the mind? Mind is mind so long it desires something. No. If the mind becomes so pure, it has no desire, it is no more mind. Suddhaman. Then it becomes pure mind. And pure mind will show you the truth. Pure glass will show what is beyond. Clear difference is there. Suppose I see through the window, glass window. So we see the thing, but we cannot touch it. But we can see clearly. So the mind becomes pure and pure and pure. So ultimately, if it is become desireless, there is no problem for that. Their mononaso is just last stage of mononas. Mononas means mind destroyed. No more mind. Monoloyo, mind has become absorbed. That is mindless situation. At that mindless situation, there is nothing else. The truth remains only. There is no desire. Otherwise, it will be mindless. Mind means it likes something, dislikes something. I want it and I don't want it. But if that is the unripened ego, kacha ami. But as it purifies more and more and more, then ultimately it will be only pure mind. And pure mind is pure self. So there is no desire there. So intellect knows about bliss, intellect knows about intellectually knows, but not pure intellect. With the pure intellect, his knowing is experiencing. That means pure intellect, in name you are talking, but all dissolved into the consciousness. See, I can put my hand here and come close to this. I can touch that. This is the glass I can touch. I can feel the heat, Satchidananda heat. Three things I am seeing: that light, the brilliance, and the heat. Three things. But I can see from here also light and brilliance. But to feel the heat, you have to go close. But you have touched it. It has not touched the light yet. There is a barrier. This is the pure mind state. And that layer, if you can penetrate, then is the point of perfect mononas, monoloy. So it is a question of the mind opposites its own destruction. Mind will not oppose. Mind becomes pure then. Mind opposes now because he wants to hang around the objects of the things in this world where we are living. Object of sight and seeing and tasting and touching, all these things. But when the mind becomes pure, it will not ask for touching, tasting, eating. The mind remains in another level. Ramakrishna remained for 6 months without anything, absorbed in the consciousness. Mind has merged it. Mind is not lost. If his mind is dead, he will not come back again. But pure mind goes into that and then keeps a little trace just for enjoyment and come back again. Now the question is another question. So the bird that is the cosmic eye won't become distressed even if he sees the tree being diseased and old. The lower bird would probably fret and worry over the condition of the tree. Of course, the lower bird is lower bird. He wants to eat fruit. If the tree is not there, how? Where shall he find fruit? If the body is not there, how will he eat? How will he see? How will he hear? How will you taste, touch? All the five senses are for enjoyment of the world. So that can be done only with body only. Physical thing, enjoyment, you need physical food. Eh? I am hungry. I need to some solid food. You cannot say, I give you a thing that I am giving a plate of food and you are eating. That will appease my hunger. Understand my point? If I am physically hungry and you give a good advice, now close your eyes. I am giving you a plate of food with good, delicious rice and palau and the fish fry and chicken and this and that. Huh? And you eat. My tummy will be appeased? No. I need a solid food. In your dream, when your dream body is hungry, if someone really, you're thirsty in a dream, and you need water, you need dream water, not this water. If someone gives this water, then you'll be choked. If you want to understand that you are in your dream, you are dreaming that you are thirsty, and I go in with a glass of water and pour in your mouth, what will happen? You will be able to drink that water or you will get choked. The dream body needs dream water. Gross body needs gross water. So these are bodies.
But for gross people, you can hypnotize.
Huh?
Hypnotize.
Hypnotize.
Yeah, because you are hungry.
So that is in the hypnotize. That's in the mental level. You are helping in the. You cannot go beyond these levels, either in the physical level or in mental level. So hypnotized situation is in the mental level. You can be happy with those mental things. But physical thing. So this is the.
Physically you are hungry, but I hypnotize you that you are having food, and then you feel you are contented. Your stomach best overall.
Is it? Does it happen? After some time, when they come back, will they feel that their hunger is gone? No. Maybe for that moment, it may hypnotized moment you can think. Hypnotized moment you can think you are happy. But when the hypnotism goes away, then you come back to hunger.
Food when digested, you are hungry again.
That so the bird that is the cosmic eye won't be distressed even if the trees. So if the inner consciousness, say what happens to the space? So many houses are burned. Physical houses are burned. No, what happened to the space? Space was there. Space is there now also. Where the house, all these buildings which have been burned, they are occupying some space. Space was there during the time of when the building was there. When the building, by this horrible fire, when it is all destructed, space, where is the space gone? Still there. The consciousness will remain like that. It has no place to go because it's only one. But this expression, when it's coming, a structure, that is the body structure, physical structure, subtle structure, and causal. Three bodies you can live in any consciousness. But everywhere the consciousness is permeated, like space is permeated. So for that consciousness, it matters little whether there is anything is there or not there. But from our level, it is, yes, it is here, it is not there. So we feel detached, we feel attached, we cry, we weep, we suffer, we enjoy all this. Yeah. Is desire the only impurity of mind? They say actually desire everything offshoot of desire. No. In the mind comes our desire. I want to do this. I want to have it. One idea. I want to go. I want to have a good meal. One idea. And then what happens? All the activities come afterwards. Is it not? And in that activity, there may be good and bad, all things will happen. One is desire, that I will go to visit some distant land. One idea. All the activities, purchasing ticket, renting this car, and then going and then missing the plane, and all the hazard, all the good or bad experiences because of one desire. So desire is the only impurity of the mind, yes. In the one sense, it is the only impurity. So shall you not desire? You desire God. Desire your worldly thing, but in the name of God. That we talk every time. The Gita has described the jiva bird as the middle way, madhyama gati, the way of coming to detachment by refining to jiva self-protection. Gita has described the jiva bird as the middle way. But where is that? I don't get it. Could you please refer to the verse? Then I'll be.
Madhyama Gati.
Huh?
Madhyama Gati.
Madhyamaguti. Konta, what is that jiva word? Actually, okay, Jolie, please tell me where the Gita verse says. You can send me next time, then I'll try to think about that. Detachment comes by refining our buddhi, that's true. Gross desires come in gross level, and as the mind becomes refined, refined enjoyment, refined thoughts come. That's why the most refined is godly. I'll be going into heaven, enjoy that. And then I'll go to this loka, that loka, like this mental plane, not gross. They are not gross food, gross thing, but very subtle. So yes, that is this movement in the cell. But this Madhyama Gati, I could not recollect that. Please help me to get that point. Okay? Okay, thank you. It is quarter late. We have to go. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Again, tomorrow, Swami Medhananda will be speaking on the Gospel of Ramakrishna.
Well, now I feel aware, but this is Chidavasa.
Yeah.
Now I'm